Hey y'all, it's Kize. On this channel, I usually try to learn a skill as quickly as possible in 30 days or less. But today we're doing something a little bit different. I'll be taking y'all behind the scenes on how I actually go about creating one of my 30-day challenge videos. I'm my own planner, videographer, and editor. I don't hire anyone, so I'm pretty acquainted to all parts of the process. If you're interested in how a part-time YouTuber goes about creating their own videos, and more specifically, how I go about creating my 30-day learning challenge videos on this channel, then keep watching. Let go. There's 5 stages, and I'll be going through all of them one by one. Stage 1. The first part of the process is to actually pick what skill I want to learn next. I have this humongous list of skills that I want to learn, and I will pretty much just pick one from there. The one that I end up picking is a combination of different factors. For instance, what I'm feeling like learning next, how feasible that actual skill is and the resources available to me, what my subscribers kind of want to see, and also how much time I have for that next month. Knowing myself and given my curious personality, I know if I had all the time in the world, I would try to learn all those skills on that list in 1 month, but that's obviously not possible, so I will pick 1 or 2 for that month. The time I spend on this stage is negligible. I usually pick a skill pretty quickly and get running with it. Stage 2, research. Once I have a skill figured out, I don't dive straight into it. Before I start day 1 of the challenge, I'll actually do some research on the skill itself. Usually this consists of watching YouTube videos or beginner lessons, texting friends that I know that are actually good at this skill, and also reading articles about the skill itself. My search terms during this stage usually consist of how to best learn blah blah blah, or how to start learning blah, common beginner mistakes that people make when learning this skill, how much of blah can I learn within 1 month. Higher research process, I'll take notes on the side. And additionally for this stage, I'll find a coach or a mentor if I think it's necessary, somebody that complements my personal learning style. Based on all the knowledge that I gain from this research stage, I'll create a rough game plan for myself of the practice schedule. And I also set a day 30 final goal for myself. That could be anything from drawing a final self-portrait to seeing how much I got stronger, playing a cover of a full song at the end, or even writing and performing my own full song. Choosing a goal is actually pretty hard. It's hard to set a goal for yourself about a skill when you've never done it before and you still don't really know much about it. It's honestly just guesswork in the beginning. It's actually really helpful for me to reach out to these experts or my friends to see if the goal that I set is feasible to do within 30 days, but also still pushing the limits of what an individual can accomplish within these 30 days for that particular skill. For this entire research portion, I would spend about 3 to 4 hours. Stage 3, I call actual skill learning. This is one of my favorite parts of the process. This is the 30 days that you actually see in the video where I go in and try to learn that new skill. The practice, the repetition, drills, the tears, the sweat, the blood, they're all shedded here. I have a type A personality, so I really don't try to half-A things here. I implement the game plan that I set for myself in stage 2. Almost always there's gonna be a pivot or a change in the game plan just because there's differences in parameters, things change. As I become more and more comfortable with the skills and gain more knowledge, I'll acquire more sub-skills, which will just create factors that changes up how I go about practicing. There's also a range on how much time I spend on going about every single skill. Portrait drawing took me about 30 minutes a day on average, so 15 hours total for the month. Tennis was about 25 hours total, and for drumming, that was 30 hours. This highly depends on how busy I am for the month and also how effective I think a certain amount of time would be for that particular skill. But in general, I try to aim for about an hour every day for a month on that particular skill. Obviously, I'm filming myself during this time, so that means setting up lighting, cameras, all this filmmaking stuff. Maybe that's like 5 hours. For stage 3, let's just go ahead and add 30 hours to the total. Stage 4, editing. I got a surprising amount of comments of people asking who edits my videos, and I edit my videos. I love editing. YouTube is something I started last summer, but I've been editing as a hobby ever since I was in middle school for Spanish skits and school projects. I'd be shocked to hear that editing one of these videos takes me over 20 hours to do, which is almost as much time as stage 3 when I'm actually learning the darn skill. For For instance, portrait drawing took me about 20 hours total to edit. Tennis was 24. Drums, that took forever, and maybe over 30 hours. So to be safe, we'll just add 25 hours to the counter. I do think that my style of editing probably lends itself to a heavier editing workflow. I also think that I'm slower at editing than I should be. I could probably get faster. After the video is finished and exported, then comes the post-production stage. I like to call them the cherries on top. I create the thumbnail, make any social media assets or the teaser version for the video, add in any necessary credits needed, and also just in general get ready to post on YouTube. It might take me around 2 to 3 hours to do. As you can see, I see it as my job for every single video to puzzle piece around the limited resources I have and create and produce the best video possible. I'm constantly trying to improve my video making skills, and in some ways, this entire YouTube channel has been a meta skill learning project for me. Obviously biased, but I think my videos are okay now, but I hope to look back on my videos 2 to 3 years later and think like, dang, those were simple, or I should have done this better, or my workflow could have been better in this way or that. Went on a little tangent there. Let's come back. Stage 6. Everything is done, all is created. I will press upload. That's it. I hope that gives y'all more of an insight on how I create one of my 30-day learning challenge videos. Tally it all up, and I spend about 60 hours total on one of my YouTube videos. I always say this to my friends, but every time I put out a YouTube video, I feel like I'm giving birth to a big project creation. I do YouTube in my free time. It's a post 5 p.m. grind thing. I don't think I'm big enough yet to actually drop working and do YouTube full on. But yes, I'm probably spending too much time on each one of my videos. Everything that I read online or when I talk to other YouTubers about growing a channel, they always say this.
More uploads equals faster growth on YouTube. They maybe 1 to 2 posts a week, sometimes 3 posts.
3 videos is what you should be targeting.
So literally doing the exact opposite of what is conventionally the right thing to do. One YouTuber that I talked to actually recommended that I decrease the quality of my videos, do something that's a little bit easier, and post more often. I don't know how to wrap this point up. This is something that I've been struggling with, this stubborn choice that I've been making. I want to make these type of videos, and I also really like going in ham and learning new skills. But yeah, in this one-woman operation, your girl's getting no sleep. I hope this does not come out as bragging or complaining at all. This is just me trying to think through of how to make things a little bit easier for me while also putting out good content. So yes, this workflow I have right now is not really a feasible thing in the long term. Who knows, maybe I can build myself my own team. That way I'd be able to put out even more good content for y'all. I also don't want to pigeonhole myself into one type of content for forever. Try to make some good content around other things I'm passionate about. For instance, trying new things in general, going outside of your comfort zone, or maybe even some music stuff. I don't know, if my subscribers like it. Those are far off plans. We'll see where I go from here. YouTube is a lot of work, but it's also been so much fun. I might not have any time, but I do have one thing on my side for now, right now, today. I like to learn new skills. I like pushing myself outside of my comfort zone, and I love to create videos. And even more importantly, I appreciate all the comments and the love that I get from my subscribers on this channel. Y'all keep a small channel going. Don't worry, I'm nowhere near being burnt out yet. So here's to more 30-day learning challenges, to more videos, to more laughs and learning, and to more of pushing ourselves outside of our comfort zones. Thanks for watching, and see y'all in the next vid.